So today we're going to learn how to do the Kumihimo braid with 8 strands. So you'll see that you'll have your Kumihimo disc. It's very helpful, this disc. So if you don't have one at home, if you didn't pick up a kit, you can get it at any craft store. So you're going to have your braids. You're going to want to make sure that you cut 8 strands. Each of your kits should have come with at least 3 colors. So you can use the same colors or you can add more. I am using 4 different colors so that I can show you a little easier on this. So you're going to take your keychain ring, if you're using that, and you're going to string it through just like this, and then pull it so that way it is at the middle, in the center of all of your threads. Again, so there's a total of 8 threads that you're starting with. You're going to make sure when you cut them that they are at least 4 times the length of what you want to make. Once you have it through the key ring, make sure you tie a knot and make sure it's very secure. You're going to take that key ring and put it through the center of your Kumihimo disc and just kind of hold on to it here. So you'll notice that there are 4 circles. So you're going to take one color and you're going to put 2 strands of the same color on either side of that circle. It's number 32 at the top there. All right, and make sure there's one on each side. Kind of hold on to it. It's a little fiddly at first. Again, take another color or the same color. It's up to you. Just make sure you're using 2 strands of the same color. And you're going to do the same thing with this circle. This is number 8 on your disc. So just either side of number 8. I try and untangle mine a little bit as I'm doing this. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I like it having nice and neat. So I'm just kind of untangling it here. All right, so here we go. On either side of number 8. Again, this is just me being extra fiddly. Trying to tighten up the bits here. Okay, so now I'm going to take 2 more strands of the same color and put them, okay, just doing a little bit more arranging here to try and get to my next set of strands. So what I'm doing here is for the number 16 dot, I am going to match the color with the same color that's in between the 32 dot. So I'm just kind of shifting around, straightening them out a little bit. This is actually the hardest part of the whole thing. Yep, still, okay, here we go, there we are. All right, so in between 16, I'm going to use the same color for 32. Mine's red, so I just like how it matches. You don't have to, of course, but you'll see the finished product why I like to make sure that they match straight across. So now I'm going to work on my next dot here, which is number 34. 24. And again, I'm using the exact same color threads that I used on number 8. It's a nice dark blue thread. So now I'm going to take my other threads. Oh, let me tighten this real quick. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to take my other threads and I'm going to do these diagonals. So for this one, it's in between, it's number 4 that we're putting around it. And I'm, again, making sure that my threads match straight across as well, or in their diagonals. So This is a silver one. See, it should be number 20 down there, so 4 and 20, same colors. And then my last color, I'm doing it on the other diagonal, which should be 12. Oh, I got a little tangled again. Should be 12 and 28. So, just trying to peel it out. Again, this is by far the hardest part. All right, here we go. So this is what it should look like once you have all of your threads placed. All right, so you'll see I have red, blue, green, and silver, and they're all straight across from each other in order to make the design I'm making. Again, it doesn't matter if you're using 4 different colors, 3 colors, 2 colors. You can even make it all the same color if you want to. So the first thing we're going to do is take the thread between 1 and 32 and bring it down straight below, and we're going to put it right next to the one the same color. So now we're going to take the one to the left and bring it up and put it next to the number 32. And then we're going to turn it counterclockwise so that now the silver one is on top. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to pull it down, put it to the right of that color. And then we're going to pull up the left one and pull it up to the top and put it to the left of the first one. And then turn counterclockwise again. Same thing. This is the blue strand. Just going to bring it down again to the right. Take the one that's to the left and bring it up and make it to the left of the original one. There you go. And then turn again. And again, picking up the string that's to the right, moving it to the right of the lower color, picking up the one that's to the left and putting it up to the left. And there you go. And again, counterclockwise turn to the next color and repeat. And this is the Kumihimo braid. Super easy. You just gotta turn a little bit counterclockwise each time and make sure that you're putting the color strings in the right place. This is why it's helpful to have the colors straight across match. Makes it easier to find them on your disc. So, and just keep repeating. All right, so we're just going to keep repeating this process over and over until you reach the length of the braid that you are looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up this process. So that way you can see the finished product much quicker. so here is my finished braid. This is the length I'm wanting for my keychain. So now I'm going to very carefully remove all the threads. I'm going to try and hold them tight. Just carefully, one at a time. You know, probably it would have been a better idea if I had tied them into knots at the end of each of these, but that's not what I did. So I'm gathering them, almost there. And again, I'm just holding them tight so they don't unravel. There we go. Making sure here. Okay, got it tight. Okay. Last one. Okay, so I'm going to just pull it out of the disc and I'm going to tie a knot like I did kind of at the beginning. Just a nice simple knot, pulling them all through, trying to get it as close to the end of my beaded strand as I can. You'll notice there are a few little loose threads when you do it this way, like in the knot, just slightly loose. So I just went through here and I'm pulling every strand just to make sure I'm getting it all nice and tight. So just each strand one at a time. I kind of did it here. I'm looking at the ones that are a little bit loose and just pulling a little bit tighter here to make sure it's very secure. All right, I think everything is pretty tight here. There we go. I think one more go through. Just want to make sure everything stays in place. Since I spent so long making this, I will say it took me about an hour to braid this whole thing from start to finish. So super easy to do. Just I was listening to a podcast during part of this, so it was nice. Everything's nice and tight. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I want to keep some of my tassels here. I don't want it to be quite that long, so I'm going to just do a little trim to about here. Nice little short length. And there I go. There is my Kumihimo braided keychain with 4 colors. You can see how it swirls around like that. So I hope you enjoy this project.